the kind who wear a tie. Button up from 9 to 5. I tried that life but said goodbye. I'm not always polite, but I get the job done. Who says the world can never be fun? I'm simply unprofessional. Simply unprofessional. Yeah. Yeah. Unprofessional.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Simply Unprofessional. I'm your host, Webby. Joining me tonight, we got Rob.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob, and our other guest is threatening to ruin all my clothes.
That's true. And our other guest, long time no see, Clay. We're having you back.
I got banned.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, how's it going?
You got banned because you refused to say "fuck Booster Gold," and I believe you praised him just to spite me. Just to spite me.
That is not something I would do.
I
can't
feel
even
like it
make up
is.
such things. I think you were mistaken. I think you misheard.
Anyway, I opted to ask you if you wanted to be on tonight's episode because, you know, when it comes to making fun of stupid people, I think that's right up your alley. You know? And I want to thank...
There's no legal ramifications in here anywhere, but hey,
I want to thank Kat for the suggestion. She told me today when we were having a conversation that she has actually recently been re-listening to some of our older like Yahoo question episodes because she thinks that they're funny. And I figured, you know what? It's been a little while. And I know, Rob, when I wasn't feeling good, you did a couple of Reddit kind of questions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing that they're similar.
Yeah.
So some of these we may have already covered, but the ones that I've read through, I don't remember reading the first go around. So maybe they might have been reread by you guys. So if they were, I mean, we'll still briefly go through them, but you can mention to me, Rob, if they were ones that you've mentioned previously.
Okay.
As I told Clay, and I did read the second one to him, we are going to skip number 2. It's just a bit on the kind of side.
On the lunchy side.
Yeah. And, but yeah, so we're going to dive right into this. Man, should I read if they have, like names? You know how like they have like question and then best answer? Should I read the names of the people? Or should I leave those blank?
I don't think you have to. I never read any names for the Reddit ones.
Okay. Well, here's the first question. Do you think humans will ever walk on the sun?
Yes, I do.
Well, it goes on to say, I was just thinking, and I thought how crazy it was that a person has walked on the moon and Mars. I was just wondering if you think a person will ever be able to walk on the sun, too. I know it's really hot, but I'm thinking if you go in the winter when the sun is like 30 degrees, I bet they could do it.
Oh, God.
Okay, first of all,
so
things that are wrong with this.
Well, do you want to hear?
Humans
do we want to
walked on Mars?
I was going to ask you that beforehand, but I didn't want to sound dumb for not knowing that because I don't recall anyone ever walking. I know we sent the rover there.
Yeah, robots have walked on Mars.
Yeah.
No people.
So before we dive into this, do you want to hear the best answer and any type of comment made by the questioner beforehand, or do we want to discuss it and then read the best answers?
Yeah, let's hear the best answers, I think.
Okay. So
because I want to see how other dumb people think as well.
The best answer chosen by the asker, okay, the person asking the question, is, well, if they do, it would have to be at night. And then the asker replied to that with 5 stars saying, that's a great idea. I didn't think of that. People are so stupid. Why did they never think of this?
Oh
God.
my! Wow!
I, I
I
hope
just
these are
lost IQ
parody
points.
questions and answers, because my God.
You know, honestly, I think we should, and this might be a waste of money, but ultimately I feel like it's probably the best course of action. I
We
think
should
we
just put him
should
out of
build
his
a
misery.
rocket ship and put all the people who truly think like this in the wintertime when the sun's only 30 degrees into said rocket ship and just aim them at the sun and let them have their moment.
In the sun.
Yeah. I'm sure rockets are not cheap, but I feel like getting rid of, weeding out some of this level of stupidity from the planet, probably
Yeah,
best.
yeah, 100%. Because
Okay.
wow.
So where to start? I mean, I already started with the Mars. No one has walked on Mars.
Uh-huh.
Number two,
The sun does not get colder in
um,
the wintertime.
it does not, and it does not turn off at night. So what happens at night is the Earth rotates and it turns to the side of the Earth that you can't see the sun, because we're
But
like
Rob,
parallel to it. So
it's
as
so
the Earth
dark.
turns, one side is dark and the
So,
other side is lighted by the sun. Winter is colder because the Earth tilts slightly. It slightly tilts further away from the sun and it gets that cold.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you can imagine how moving towards the sun, how much hotter it gets as you move towards the sun, when it is such a drastic difference from the Earth just tilting slightly.
Now, Rob, even though we're not going to talk about question 2, it is vampire oriented, I'll say. So let me ask you this though, since we're talking about the sun and whatnot, moonlight
Yep.
scientifically is just the sun reflecting off of the moon
Mm-hmm.
and shining back down at nighttime.
Yes.
Nah, moonlight's what make the vampire sparkle.
So,
The planets don't give off any kind of light at all.
right,
If you can see the planets in the sky, it's because the sunlight is bouncing off of the planets and heading back towards Earth.
right. So, moonlight would still technically be solar, correct?
Uh-huh. As would starlight, because
Right.
stars are just really far away suns.
Right. So, I know we've talked about this before, shouldn't vampires burn under moonlight?
They should.
Huh.
The only thing I can think of is in the
It's-
lore why they wouldn't is that because of it being reflected off of something else, it's not direct sunlight. So
Right.
And
But-
it does say direct sunlight.
But
Says
then,
that
like,
much.
but then you have all those things where it's like, oh, the sun rays are bouncing off of mirrors and aimed
Mhm.
at a vampire, and then they burst into flames. So that
Yeah,
would
I
also
can't
not
help
be
you there.
direct sunlight.
yeah, it's got to be one or the other. Sorry, vampire writers, but
I
moonlight is
suppose
sunlight.
in their defense of fantasy, it could be the intensity of which the sunlight is emitted during the daytime versus the nighttime off of the moon.
I guess kind of like using a magnifying glass on
Right.
ants.
Right. Maybe it's just slightly uncomfortable at nighttime under a full moon, whereas, during the day, which is also why in some lore, depending on what you read, some vampires can go out on extremely overcast days, and they're just very uncomfortable,
Mhm.
because it's still daylight, but it's not so direct and so potent, I guess.
Yeah, because they're sparkling.
The funny thing is, though, like they say, they're like, "Oh, it's overcast. The vampires can't be affected by the sunlight." IRL, you can still get a very bad sunburn even if it's cloudy and you can't see the sun. So
Yep.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yep. So yeah, so that's the number 1 on this list so far. Okay. That's just where we're kicking it off. I'm going to skip number 2 again. Like I said. All right. This puzzling deduction. Question. Is Christian Bale a Christian since his name is Christian? His parents must have named him Christian for some reason.
Seriously?
That's the
The
question.
answer is not necessarily. I have no idea what Christian
No,
faith is,
like-
but it doesn't have to be Christian just because that's his name.
Yeah.
Best answer chosen is Mitt Romney a baseball glove?
Is our friend B a bee?
Right.
Because her name is B?
Right.
No.
Maybe she has wings and flies around. She just doesn't tell you guys.
I don't know. I mean, maybe. Man.
Clay. Are
I'm
you
not
made
gonna
of
lie,
clay?
guys. I feel like I'm getting slightly dumber from listening to some of these.
Are you
Well,
made of clay?
It depends on who you ask, Rob, because some people do believe that Prometheus made the first humans out of clay and then breathed the fire of life into all of us. So then clay would be named
Hey.
after his origins.
It's as realistic as the Bible. Who knows?
That's
Could
true.
be any of them.
Oh, we are in so much trouble after that comment.
Oh, we got a
Rob. We are
Canada
getting
question.
screwed. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait.
This one actually does not have a best answer chosen. Oh, no, it does. Yes, it does. Never mind.
Damn.
Normally, I'm used to having paragraphs for questions, but the paragraph here is the answer. It's a single-lined question. If you die in Canada, do you die in real life?
No.
So
No?
the best answer, no. If you die in Canada, you go to one of the Canadian afterlives. Those who die in battle ascend to glorious Texas, where they ride forever shiny in chrome. Those who are just and good ascend to England, where there's always fresh tea and everybody is polite. If you die in Quebec, you go to France. Those who are wicked and cruel are reborn into the hells of Detroit, a fate far worse than death.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Yeah. I agree with all that. 100%.
I just, so Rob, I don't know if you heard, but before we started recording, I asked Clay, reading over some of these, I understand that some people go on here simply to just write a question to sound stupid, for the lulls to troll other people. But I cannot help but think that some of these people legitimately are asking these questions because they want to know. Like, there have to be, I don't understand how some people can be so dumb.
I don't know.
Like, okay, so if you die in Canada, do you die in real life? Is Canada some sort of weird, like, virtual reality?
We're a myth.
A
A mythological place that doesn't fully exist.
Okay. This next one does not have a best answer, so I guess it will be up to us. This technological predicament. I can't see myself on Google Earth. Okay, I enter my address in and I can see my house perfectly and I know it's the right house for sure, but the thing is I can't see myself when I go outside. I can see the cars on Google Earth, but not myself. I go out with my laptop and try to reflect something shiny to the sky so it can read my location off. And if you guys think I'm a vampire, I'm not, because I see myself in the mirror.
Okay. So, I mean, it's kind of, I guess, is a legit question. It's not too stupid, but Google Earth is not a
Real time.
It's not a live, yeah.
They take photos.
How often do
Millions
they update,
upon
do you know?
millions of photos.
Or do they ever? I mean, they would have to, right?
They update, I think, yearly or something, because it's always the same season when you look.
Yeah.
Like when it's the fall, it'll still be like summer on there, but I think it might be yearly, but I don't know. I don't know for sure.
No, because the area where I live, we have houses on the other side of the road, and they're still not on Google Maps for us.
Well, that's because Canada is a virtual reality world and it's not set in the real world.
Oh, that's right. We don't exist. I forgot.
Yeah.
Damn it! I can't believe
Yeah.
I did that.
You're like purgatory. So.
I can do that.
So, yeah, I suppose that one, that one's, I guess, isn't too dumb. It's definitely the smartest question on here so far.
Oh, look, they did update it.
Oh boy.
Oh, they must have updated it within the last year or so. Oh, and here, look at this. I can see my house. And there I am living in the
It
driveway.
says that Google Earth updates once a month. However, this does not mean that every image is updated every month. In fact, the average map data is between 1 and 3 years old. So basically every 3 years.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Which, I mean, that kind of makes sense because, I mean, they're having to pull that data from a satellite,
Yeah, so they update parts of it monthly, like as they go.
Yeah.
So the whole
Whose
Earth
truck
gets done
is
about
that in
once
my
every 3
driveway
years.
then? Because I don't own a truck like that.
Well, maybe it's not really your house.
The mythological place.
I know, right?
Damn it.
All right. I guess here's another one for, I don't know. Oh, man.
Let's do it.
I feel bad reading this one because, I mean, this one also, she just might be really innocent.
No such thing.
All right. So, resolved question. What does "she wants the D" mean? Hey, so there's this boy I like, Adam, and he's cute. I'm always doing anything I can to hang out with him. Like in class, he says he doesn't eat breakfast, so I give him some of my food during class, and he really loves it. So rumors travel, and I overhear people talking about us. Adam still hasn't asked me out, but my friends tell me that they hear Jake and Sam, who are Adam's friends, saying stuff like, "Yo, go for it, Adam, she wants the D." So is this a good thing? It sounds like Adam might like me back, and he's always nervous when I talk. I'm probably wrong, but I think D means date, which would be cute because that means they know I want to date Adam. Please help. The high school ball is coming up, and I want to finally ask him out. Additional details. Someone asked me to add my age. I'm 16, and so isn't he. We are high school sophomores, and oh my god, I swear I thought I meant date. That's just weird. Should I still date him? Best answer. Sounds like a real swell guy. What it means when they say she wants the D, it means diamond, as in an engagement ring. So they see you as a future wife material. P.S. Nobody here say anything. Ask her rating. She rated that answer 5 stars, saying, "Oh my god, thank you. Everyone kept saying it meant dick, and I thought I was being trolled or something. I swear one person says something and then everyone follows. Thanks, this really helps me out, and it's cute that they are talking about us being married already."
Oh my god.
Now, see, listen, the truth is that every woman, in order to become a woman from a girl, has to spell out the word daughter. In order to get started, you need the D. So girls are always looking for the D.
Oh my god, Rob. I don't even know where to begin with that statement either, Rob. Like,
I'm kind of shocked a little bit too.
what about the girls who want the V? What are they trying to spell out?
They've chosen violence.
Okay.
Oh, 5 stars, best answer. Right there.
Right.
God dang it. Oh, my eyes are watering instantly. They have chosen violence. I heard you say that in Ramatra's voice. God dang it. Now every time I hear Ramatra say that, I'm just going to start giggling to myself. All right, well, we're just going to move on past that question then. That's whew.
I don't know if we can. That's just
No,
wow.
I mean, Rob's right. They all want the D because they need to spell daughter, so they become a woman, and the other ones chose violence.
Okay. All right.
Next question: what is the phobia of chainsaws called? Rob, if you want, you can Google this one for an actual answer, but the best answer chosen was common sense. I agree. Also, have you ever seen that fucking Instagram? I don't know if I sent it to you, Clay. Have you guys seen that Instagram reel of the guy who is holding the chainsaw between his legs and trying to start it?
Yes.
Oh my god, he's so lucky he didn't start that thing.
Well,
As
as long as he didn't have the throttle taped, he still would have been fine. But it's the fact that somebody could have just ran up and grabbed it and then started it.
Well, it depends because
grabbed the throttle and revved it up.
If you're first starting it too, you're going to want to pull the choke out, which is going to amp up the throttle a little bit anyway.
If the chainsaw's working properly, the choke shouldn't give it enough to spin the chain at all.
I don't
Good.
know.
That's I'm saying should.
Yeah, I
'Cause
mean,
when I was
I've never
doing-
owned a new chainsaw. Ours have always been fixer-uppers, so, you know.
Okay, those ones, yeah, those are probably not the good idea to do that with.
So what's the actual answer, Rob?
It's called Kaneophobia. Kanay.
Yeah, they're afraid of Canadians.
Phobia.
Afraid of those non-existent real people.
Yeah.
Kaneophobia is the actual phobia of chainsaws. I don't think that this is a dumb question. I think the answer was just comical to the point where they added it to this. Because I can see people being afraid of chainsaws, even being around them. You know, they're very loud. They're very dangerous if misused.
I'm still not afraid of chainsaws, and I got my leg caught in one.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
Because of a chainsaw, I had my foot crushed in a door.
That sounds excessive.
But yeah, again, I don't think this is a dumb question by any means. Let's see. I got two of the best people to respond to this one for me, I guess. Resolved question. I made Jesus-shaped pancakes, but I burnt them. Am I going to hell?
Yes.
Okay. There you go. Yes, you are. Resolved question. How do I turn off caps lock?
You know, anything to do with that would have sent you to hell. What were you going to eat, Jesus? That sounds bad.
That's true.
Yeah.
You were going to cover Jesus in sticky syrup and eat him.
Now you're just making
Definitely
this
going to
fun,
hell.
Rob.
I mean, this sounds like one of Rob's dreams, covering a guy named Jesus in sticky syrup and eating him.
What?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so how do I turn off caps lock? Mind you, this post is written in all caps. I accidentally turned it on yesterday, and I don't know how to turn it back off. All my friends are mad because they think I'm shouting at them over the internet. This problem is literally ruining my life and tearing my family apart through emails. I just want to be whole again. Please help. Additional details. Where the hell is the caps lock key? It's dark because there's a power outage and I'm on my laptop. I hope I don't have to spend $8,000. Please say you're kidding. Well, if I have to, I have to. So tomorrow I'll go out and buy a HDD thingy.
That was quite the adventure.
Yeah.
My God, like
I mean, it says caps lock right on the button. Does it on laptops too?
oh yeah,
Okay. I wasn't sure if it was like abbreviated differently or something on the
No.
laptop.
it is not. It literally says caps lock.
I don't know.
I'm thinking this is a troll question, but
My
it's-
answer for this is if you really can't turn off the caps lock, if you
need
can't
to spend
find the key,
$8,000.
then throw your laptop out the window, go buy a new computer.
100%.
Ideally, you should bring it to the Geek Squad at your local Best Buy and ask them to fix it for you. That's going to be cheaper than $8,000. And if Geek Squad is smart at all, they'll still charge you the fixing price. They'll just tell you to stay in the store because it's a quick fix.
I don't know. I don't think I'll stay in the store long enough.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what, ladies? I am also looking for the D, but mine is to spell out disappointment, so different reason. But
Well,
I still want the D too.
You can't handle the D.
well, the next question comes from if a girl does find the D. How do babies come out of a vagina? I mean, the tubes are so small inside of the vagina for a baby to come out of, and the vagina itself is too small to release a baby out of it. How does it come out? Best answer chosen by the asker. You eat a lot of butter and the baby just slips right out. The asker's rating beyond that, 5 stars. Thanks so much. I didn't know it worked this way.
The
This-
answer is wriggling.
This wriggling, yes. See, what happens is if you've ever seen Ant-Man, the baby shrinks down and then blows back up when it comes out.
Yeah, the doctors
in the
shrink it
doctor's
while it's
room.
inside and then
Yeah.
pull it out and then re-enlarge it.
Yeah, they have what's his face's technology?
Hank Pym.
Hank Pym. They have Pym Tech. All doctors who deliver babies have Pym Tech.
Yeah.
That would be the answer. Here's my favorite question, and I have said this to both of you at different points today. Does Spider have puss? This makes me laugh every time I read it.
And I said
I
no.
say yes because there's
Best
lots of
answer?
spiders.
Best answer is no, all capitals with like 30 exclamation points.
Spider Gwen apparently isn't a real person.
Well, no, because they're talking about actual spiders.
They didn't say insect spiders. They said spiders.
It just says, does Spider have puss?
Well,
They didn't say, does
I
Spider Gwen or Spider People or Spider
need more
Heroes.
clarification then.
They just said spider. So you just assume that they mean the arachnid.
Spiders don't have angry faces. They don't have a puss on their puss.
Ooh.
A
Puss
frown
puss.
on their face. Puss. They don't have cats. So
Brown on the brown.
Now, I will ask, are spiders like birds in the sense, do they have a cloaca? How do spiders do their thing?
I have no idea.
Pretty sure they vomit it back out.
Like a beholder.
Well, that also depends on spiders because some spiders just inject like acid into them or if the digestive fluids into the thing and then just suck the fluids back out. just like getting the D. I have no fucking clue.
Oh, according to this, it says unlike insects and other organisms, male spiders do have a penis. Is located on the underneath of the abdomen and connect to the surface via a small tube. The male spins a small mat of silk and deposits a packet of sperm onto the silk mat. A female spider has an organ called an epigen, which is an external groove on its underside, sort of a bit like a vulva. The epigen leads to a spermatheca, a pair of organs which store the sperm.
There you go.
God, I never want to see this picture again. So, spider does have puss.
I was right. And I was guessing.
Technically, Clay was right.
Or
Okay, is it illegal to kill an ant? Today I was walking down the street and there was an ant on a puppy, so I stepped on the ant and killed it. A police officer gave me a very dirty look, and so did a lot of other people around, so I was wondering, is it illegal to kill an ant? I'm super serious, this isn't a joke.
Yes, it is illegal to kill your mother's sister.
The chosen answer is in all capitals, one word per line, and it is spaced out, and it just simply says, you stepped on a fucking puppy.
yeah, I'm having a hard time with that one too.
Oh, yeah, that's a joke. I've seen that before, now that you say that. It's just a joke.
A 6-year-old bit me. Will I turn into a 6-year-old? And
Yeah,
also,
wish.
should I get medical help?
probably.
Yes.
If they drew blood, definitely. Kids' mouths are filthy.
That's true.
What?
Kids' mouths.
Most people's mouths are filthy. Like, human bites are the worst
Yeah.
for infection and shit.
Worse than a vampire, for crying out loud.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I don't know necessarily that this one would be a dumb question either. Necessarily. I mean, my answer would just be use your camera if you have one, but how turn computer monitor into mirror? Hi, does anyone know if it's possible to use a background that would essentially turn my computer monitor into a mirror? Scanning a mirror doesn't work. So just use your camera. That's essentially a mirror.
Yeah. Or turn it off. Usually you can see yourself in the off monitor.
I mean, I guess, but it's black. It's like, I guess you would need a lot of light. So I mean, well, maybe if you had like light shining directly on your face while you were looking into the monitor.
Yeah, but still wouldn't be a very good one.
Right.
Like, they want it to, while they're sitting at the computer, they're wanting to show them sitting at their computer.
Yeah. They're just essentially
as
they
a
would just have to
background.
yeah. Essentially, they would just have to have their camera on.
Yeah, but the thing about a background is it's not meant to move. Because
not
if you're
not
looking
in
at
real
something
time,
like that,
anyway.
no, because if when you're looking for stuff on your monitor as you're moving around, it would be distracting you because you'd be constantly trying to look at the picture to see what's happening.
Now,
Instead of
is it
clicking on the thing.
possible? Could you get like a Chrome a Chrome desktop for your computer where it would actually be reflective, though?
No.
No. All right.
No.
See, I don't know
No.
these things either, which is why I didn't think it was a dumb question. But
No, putting some sort of metallic film over the top.
Over,
But then at that
yeah.
point, you wouldn't be able to see what's on your screen anymore anyway, so it'd be
Right.
useless.
Yeah. Okay.
Your camera way would work, but you'd have to do a live desktop.
Right.
But then again, like I said, because you're moving around, if you go to click on something to open it, you'll be constantly looking back at your character and wouldn't be clicking on what you're trying to open because you're moving around and distracting yourself.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Rob and Clay, I think both of you are going to have insight on this one, mainly for the fact that this particular question pertains to something that I don't really participate in. Is it rude to fart when someone is crying during a family dinner? My family was having a reunion and we had a big dinner, and I was sitting next to an aunt that I've only talked to once in my whole life, and she was talking about how she had an abortion and she started crying about it. And it was really boring. God, this guy's fucking Jesus. It was really boring, and I had to fart, so I let one out, and it was nasty and it smelled horrible, and I made someone laugh, and my aunt went hysterical, and my mom sent me to my bed without dinner. Why would this be considered rude? I don't understand. Well, first off, I think it's rude to consider something like that boring. Have a little bit more tact, but I mean, if you gotta fart, you gotta fart.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, was it like he trying to hide it, or was it one of those where he just leaned to the side and was like,
I mean, he probably just let it go. He said that he had to fart, so he just let one out. And he said it was nasty and it smelled horrible. And it made someone else laugh.
Still fail to see how this is his problem, though.
Well, I mean, I guess it would be like, if would you just let one rip during like a funeral?
I have.
Yeah,
I
but
feel like this guy
one?
probably like grabbed the aunt's face and pushed it into his butt as he was farting. Like he seems like the type of person.
Or like,
Who's like, your story's boring.
Or like cupped it with his hand and like wafted it in front of his aunt's face.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that.
It
might be.
Well, I
rude,
mean,
but...
okay. Like, in all seriousness, though, like you guys go to family dinners pretty often.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you have family members who are just like that open?
I've never had a family member talk about abortion at the dinner table. No.
Well, what about ones that have just let farts rip out?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, all right. And that's commonplace.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So I mean, especially if this kid was young enough, maybe like young enough to be sent to his room without dinner, maybe he didn't understand truly what abortions were and how serious that conversation may have been. So, and I mean, if it is commonplace and you just let one rip.
Well, yeah, I mean, if someone's like crying and I need to fart, like, unless they're leaning on me, I would just leave the room and then come back.
Yeah. Okay, this one I think is a Clay question.
Uh-oh.
So there's going to be a question and like 2 sentences afterwards, so you got to let me get through it.
Okay.
And I feel like this is a Clay question, like current day.
Oh, what?
Okay. How do I poop in the litter box without getting in trouble? I want to poop in the litter box and preferably leave it there for the other cats to observe in shock and awe without my mom knowing.
You're establishing dominance over your cat?
Yeah, he just wants that shock and awe factor in his cats of like when they go to take a shit in the litter box, here's just this massive turd.
You'll never win.
But he wants to do
cats.
it without his mom knowing.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna win against cats.
Cats won't fucking care. They don't care about anything.
Nope. They'll just poop
That's why
next
everybody
to it.
hates them.
They'll just poop right next to it.
Yeah.
But
Jesus.
You want to get a reaction out of a cat? Put a cucumber in there. They'll be like,
that would work a lot better.
Or pickles, right? They don't like pickles either, right? Which are, I mean, the same thing. It's just a pickled cucumber. Undecided question. This one apparently had a tiebreaker, and there was no best answer vote.
Is that even illegal?
Is it okay to boil headphones? I let my younger brother use my headphones, and he used them for evil. He listens to the absolute worst music on the planet, and I am so ashamed. He stole my headphones' innocence. Can I boil them in attempt to drive the evil out? If not, how
Only-
can I get rid of the evil within them?
You can only boil them while they're on your head.
That would be the answer that I would give. Yes.
That's my final answer.
Stick your head in the boiling pot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Inanimate objects don't have an essence or a soul or whatever you're talking about. Listening to weird music can't taint something. I mean, maybe it could taint a person if it's bad enough, but not an object.
You sure?
Rob, I expected more from you, sir.
Oh,
We've
okay.
seen Supernatural. Cursed objects are a thing.
Yeah.
They're a thing in Supernatural.
Are you telling me that Supernatural was not written to some degree
Was
out of fact? Well,
Can you
whatever
just,
you just said didn't pick up on Discord, so...
I said, oh no, I would never say that.
Oh,
Webby, can you plug your ears for a second?
sure.
Listeners, cursed objects aren't real.
I'm letting Jensen Ackles know. You know, just because Rob doesn't believe in the supernatural and the paranormal, doesn't mean we all don't.
You sure?
Cursed objects could be real. We don't know.
You
I've
just
never
said
seen
could.
one. Yeah, they could be. They might not be. There's a chance Rob is correct. I've never seen one.
I've seen them on Reddit.
All right, go boil your headphones.
No, my headphones listen to good music, so I don't have to.
Not if you're listening to country.
I mean, I boil your pan almost every single time you make hamburger helper.
Okay, second point that has nothing to do with whether cursed objects are real or fake.
Uh-huh.
In what way would boiling help a cursed object?
That's true. That is where I think this listener is dumb. You would have to boil them in holy water.
You would. Boiling is to get rid of germs, not Satan. So,
Satan is a germ.
you know.
I can already tell you I'm not going to understand this next question.
What?
I see a bunch of words that I don't understand. So
Okay.
I'll just read it and maybe I'll understand more. Why does my daughter, quote unquote, ship things? What does shipping mean? My daughter has been acting strange the past few months. She's always on this website called Tumblr and talks to strangers online. When I ask what she talks about, she says shipping and OTPs. OTEEPEES. Sometimes she says strange things like my feels or my cries. She talks about things called Garita or UCUK, Spamano, and a few other weird words. Yesterday she was crying because of shipping. Screw you. Mosquito, die. Yesterday she was crying because of shipping. Is shipping some kind of drug term or a cult? I don't want my daughter involved in negative things like this.
Or the cult.
All right. So shipping is when you take a cardboard box and you place an object into that box along with some kind of foam or plastic that's filled with air. And then you close up the box and tape it shut. Put a address on
I
it.
don't think that's what they're talking about.
I can't believe you're
What?
gonna lie to this lady, Rob. Like, the girl's selling her panties to people.
Yeah, she's shipping them to people. So that still applies. You put the panties in the box, you put some kind of packing material, you tape up the box, you put an address label, and you take it to FedEx or UPS, or you
Nah,
go
don't
cheap
use
and put it in that
UPS.
box.
They just break your shit.
The kind of shipping she's talking about is just basically making relationships out of characters from TV shows or movies or anime or whatever. It's like, oh, I ship them, meaning it's short for relationship.
Okay. But what are the other words there? I just put them in the general chat.
I don't know. The in my feels just means like you feel sad or happy or whatever. Like it's just basically like I'm feeling this kind of thing. I don't know what the rest of those weird things were.
Let's see.
I'm guessing those are maybe some type of anime or whatever like character she's shipping together. I have no idea. I don't recognize any of those words.
No idea what that
I
was.
feel like we're getting trolled with this one.
So OTP, no idea what that is. I googled it and it came up TPs. Garita is a slash ship between Ludwig, Germany, and Feliciano Vargas, North Italy, from the
There's nothing.
Hetalia Axis Powers fandom.
Yeah, they're just like combining names together.
Okay.
Like how people said Destiel for Castiel and Dean. That's
Okay.
yeah. So that's what those are. I don't know
Okay.
what they're referencing, but that must be what those are. Like
So Yusuke is probably
squishing
an
the
anime
characters'
character
names
then.
together.
These are probably animes.
Yeah.
That's probably meant to be
Well,
Gerudo, and it's probably Gerda.
Garida was Ludwig and Falicino something or other. Or something.
Yeah, probably anime shit.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll move on from that one. Shipping is just putting people in like a relationship, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's usually characters that aren't actually in a relationship, but you're like, oh, they would be so good together. And then people like usually create fan fiction and stuff around them.
I feel like we've talked about this one on a previous episode, but I know Clay hasn't been on that episode. Can I tell by the smell of my husband's gas if he's been cheating?
Yeah, I feel like we have talked about this one before.
I know this sounds crazy, but my husband usually has his own smell. The family always knows when he has passed gas, even if he tries to be funny and blame it on the dog. Lately, he's had to work late a few times, and each time he's come home, and his gas has smelled unlike anything I've ever smelled from him. Kind of like maybe he had Thai food or something. He says he has only been at work and not anywhere else, but something is definitely different. Do you think he's cheating?
Yes.
I mean, he could be eating Thai food at work. Like, what is it? He does not eat all day at work?
Right.
Nah, he's eating Ladyboy's work. He's totally eating Ladyboy's work. This world.
I don't understand people.
Why do we have to understand people?
How long have we been recording? 49 minutes. Okay, we'll do only a couple more of these because I'm honestly starting to feel dumber.
Only now you're starting to feel that?
I mean, I've been feeling that way since walking on the sun. So, my brother hasn't had his first period yet. Should I be worried?
Oh God.
I started kind of late, so maybe he's a late bloomer too. But he's like 16 and still hasn't had his first period yet. And I don't want to pry, but I'm worried about him. Like, he won't be able to make babies when he's married. So, if you could help me, that would be great.
Oh, there's so many ways I want to answer that, but it's so level, it's wrong.
I feel like this next one, too, I would need Beer James present for. But this one,
Okay, so unless they're trans, boys don't have periods. There you go.
There you go. Simple answer. Oh, boy. I don't know if James is listening. This next question. Am I turning into Taylor Swift? I've noticed that over the summer, my hair has gotten lighter. I also find myself...
Oh no, your hair got lighter in the summer sitting in the sun all day? How weird.
I also find myself singing along to country songs and have developed an attraction to the Jonas Brothers. Am I turning into Taylor Swift? Note, I'm a 30-year-old Indian man.
Short answer is no, honey. No. You're just becoming gay. And you sat in the sun for too long.
I'm at a loss for that one.
The best answer chosen was if you've been interrupted by a celebrity rap artist, then yes. Oh boy.
You can't tell me you still
All right.
feel...
This guy, I don't even know. What is wrong with people? This is the mathematical problem. It says it's been resolved, but it doesn't give any type of answer. Is there any possible way of making 2 plus 2 equal 5?
If you
The answer to that is no.
add a 0.5 to both of them.
Right, but then you're changing the problem. 2 plus 2 will always equal 4. Plain and simple. Unless you add things to the 2, like Rob just said. So if you had 2.5 plus 2.5, then yes, that would be 5. Okay. I don't understand. It's simple math. And honestly, in lieu of this, you know, when my nephews went to school, they'd come home with math problems. And they would try to explain to me how the teachers were teaching them how to do math. Why did they change math? Like, they changed ultimately how they taught kids math. But math is just math. Like,
they changed it because even the teachers are too dumb to learn how to do it properly.
I just don't understand, though, because, like, people.
The only thing I don't like about it, like, they changed it so that it's easier for some people, sure, but they like mark people down for doing it the old way. It's like, why can't I just do it the way I understand it? Like, right. You made it so that you could do math that some people understand better, But I understand the old way better, so why can't I still just do the
Right.
old way?
Right. Yeah, I don't think teachers should mark it. I think it's partly due what Clay just said. I think some teachers nowadays just don't know the old way of doing it because they learned the way that they're teaching now. So
Mm.
then when you have kids who are in schools and, their parents help them with their work or whatever, and they come in and the teacher looks at it and says, well, the answer's right, but I don't understand anything else that you did to show your work, so I'm marking you off. I
Yeah.
don't think that's right. Math is math, okay? um,
If I ever had a teacher do that to my kid, that teacher would be getting punched out. I would literally go to that school and I would punch him in the face and be like, "You're not teaching my kid because you're too fucking dumb." It makes no sense the way they're trying to teach shit.
So we will end on this one. There's only like 3 more left, and they're really not great ones. Like the last one on the list is, how do I take care of my pet potato? I just got a pet potato, but I don't know how to take care of it. Honestly,
Under the dirt.
honestly, put it in a pot of boiling water for a while and make sure you skin it first. And then when it's done, pull it out and just start squishing it and eat it. Mashed potatoes are great.
She's gonna hate you.
Let me ask: do either of you listen to techno music?
Not really.
Okay. Well,
I've heard some though.
Clay said yes, and Rob, you've heard some. So maybe you'll be able to actually help this person. Please help. Very popular techno song. They play it in the clubs. I always hear this song on the radio and in the club when I dance, but I cannot figure out the title of the song. The song is all beats, but it's like this. Okay, like it starts off slow, then starts picking up the speed,
Sandstorm.
and will go faster and faster. It's like dun 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 dun. I'm so sorry if this was a bad example of the song.
I know what it is.
But I'm sure if you think
it's Sandstorm, yeah.
What is it? Is it really?
Yes, it is.
Am I gonna get like copyrighted or whatever if I play part of the beginning of this song?
No, because we're telling you what the actual name of the song is.
How long am I able to play the song for without getting?
I think it's 6 seconds. I think, but I don't know for sure.
Sandstorm.
It's fine. If someone complains, we could just
by
edit that part out.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Darude, Sandstorm. Here we go. So that was 30 seconds.
Guarantee that's exactly who it is.
Well, hey, you know what?
As he was saying it, I'm like, this is Sandstorm.
Yeah, that's what
we were able to help.
You guys were both able to help, and I'm glad we're going to leave off on that one because you're actually able to help. I don't think that was a dumb question either. I think it was kind of a stretch for him to just write it out, but hey, it was enough to actually get you guys to know what it was.
Yeah.
There's this one song, and I'm notorious for always not remembering the name of it.
Does it have an answer in there? If not, you should put it.
No, it does not have an answer. And actually, the best answer chosen was some babies were dropped on their heads, but you were clearly thrown at a wall. So.
Well,
I am notorious for not remembering the name of this one particular song that I actually really like. I remember who it's from, and I kind of remember the beginning of it. So I always, I used to always ask my buddy Ross, who does the intro music for SU, and I'd say, hey, what's the name of the song that I really like? And then I would kind of describe the beginning of the song. and he'd know right off the bat. Now it's gotten to the point where I will call him periodically, and I'll just be like, Ross, what's the name of that Vast song that I really like? And he'll just say the name of the song because he knows which song I'm talking about because he's had to answer this question so many times. And it's not a sexual song, but it is called Dirty Hole. So if you haven't heard that song, everybody, you should go listen to Vast or a Dirty Hole by the band Vast. It is good. I will play it for Clay and Rob after we're done recording.
I want to listen to your dirty hole.
Yeah. So we will end on there. In lieu of Devin not being here, Clay, I'm going to ask if you have any life advice for the listeners.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I didn't warn you that I was going to ask you this.
Get the squatty potty.
Get there, okay. Get the squatty potty. Not a what's the word I'm looking for?
Not what you expected.
No, not a sponsor of SU, but recommended by Clay, who's a friend of SU. So Squatty Potty, go pick it up.
Yeah.
And I know that Rob, you came prepared actually with a science corner.
I did. I read an article.
Let me ask you this: does this have anything to do with Jupiter?
No.
Okay, never mind, because I read an article about Jupiter and I thought that's what you were going to be talking about.
I mean, you can talk about it, but no.
because I don't remember it. It was something about like cool, dope ass lights or something shooting out from Jupiter or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, I don't know. But no, mine is a more down to earth thing. So scientists have created a digital bridge to allow paralyzed people to walk again. Paralyzed man has been able to walk again after communication was reestablished between his brain and spinal cord using a wireless digital bridge. The so-called brain-computer interface is made up of two electronic implants, one which is implanted in the brain and the other in the spinal cord. The former is placed above the region of the brain responsible for controlling leg movement and can decode the electronical signals generated when we think about walking. Similarly, the other implant is positioned over the part of the spinal cord that controls the legs. Working together, scientists say that the groundbreaking technology transforms thought into action, repairing the broken connection between the brain and the region of the spinal cord that controls movement. The first patient was a 40-year-old Dutchman engineer, Gert Jan Ooskum, who suffered a spinal cord injury in a bike accident in 2011. The most surprising thing that happened after 2 days was within 5 minutes I could control my hips. Since then, it's been a long journey of training. The patient has been able to walk, climb stairs, navigate ramps. He also rediscovered the simple pleasure of being able to stand with friends at a bar. The implants remain effective even after a year, including when Mr. Oscom was unsupervised at home. So yeah, and they think that they can use it to people that are even more paralyzed, like to be able to restore arm movement as well, stuff like that. So pretty amazing.
I mean, that's insane. Like how far technology has come.
Mm-hmm.
To put my own little Webby twist on this, though, because I have to. First off, what's to stop the people who invented this technology from having control over these people?
Ethics?
Okay, but somebody out there has thought about like, oh yeah, if we put this chip in their brain that controls their motor function, or their movement,
the government's in there like a dirty shirt.
They're like, oh, we can make this guy do stuff that we want him to do.
You could make him walk weird places, but he could just stop it by falling over or sitting down.
Well, then you can force him to get up.
They can't. How? Their legs would just be kicking in the air.
If you're controlling their movement.
Just their legs?
I don't know. You're putting a chip in someone's brain.
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I won't lie. It is groundbreaking technology, but I don't know. At what point This is going to sound weird coming from anybody who knows me knows that I would love to be a Terminator. Like, I'd love to have my brain and my consciousness put into a robotic body. I think that'd be cool, but it scares me thinking that there's technology like electronics in a brain to a degree, you know. Um, yeah, that's all. But I mean, you said this bridges the thing from the spinal cord to the brain that controls movement.
Hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, it will help function like, okay, this helps their legs move or their arms, but who's to say that it doesn't control all movement? You know?
Well, yeah. The other thing is, if you listen to all the conspiracy nuts about the vaccine that we just got, it's too late. You've already been injected with nanites that are going to control your mind anyway.
Oh shit.
If you got that COVID vax, man, you're... Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that word. That's a bad word. But if you already got the vax, you're already done for.
Oh shit.
I really just don't see what the point would be.
I mean, I get it. What would some government bigwig want with some previously paralyzed person? You know, essentially a nobody. But I mean, I don't know. In the wrong hands, I think it could be nefarious. But that's just me putting a weird twist on Science Corner like I always do. Now, I do have a legitimate question for you that
Hmm.
has nothing to do with the electronic chip that makes people walk. Cloning,
Right.
right?
Hmm.
We have not successfully. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Well, have we successfully cloned a human being?
No.
Okay. So,
Mostly because it was stopped. Like, a bunch of governments got together and were like, no, don't do this. We probably could easily, since we did it with animals, but why? What's your question?
okay, so my question. Say you, for instance, just decided to go outside one day and you were just doing some shit with some stuff like chemicals or whatever, and I don't know, you were just fucking around and you found out that you ended up successfully cloning a person.
Okay,
Okay.
by accident.
Well, I mean, you had the intent of doing it, but you know, you're not some scientist. You don't work for the government. You're just some random person.
Okay.
Okay. But say you successfully cloned a person. First off, legally, would you be arrested for doing that?
If I had the intention to do it, yeah.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Second,
Cloning a human being is 100% illegal.
what would they do with the clone?
Oh, you mean I've already done it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, if it were me, I would have hid it because I know it's illegal, for one. So, who knows? But, I mean, it's a person. They're not just going to, like, murder them.
Well,
No, they wouldn't.
we
They
don't
didn't
know
murder the
this.
sheep that was cloned. Why would they murder the human?
Yeah, but that
They're
was
all
sheep.
about, like, not killing people.
Who, the government?
Yeah.
Our government?
Yeah, that's why they're all against abortion and shit.
Yeah, that kind of hit me in the face there a little bit. I'm not sure how to say to that one.
What?
I don't think our government has any problem killing people.
Okay. You say so. Yeah, and they control people with put chips in their brains, and there's a bunch of stuff in the COVID vaccines. Right. Okay, I'm going to go.
Hey, I didn't bring up the space ice giants.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wait,
Listen,
what?
have you not learned yet that I like adding my own little weird twists to Science Corner?
The hell are you talking about, space giants?
Now I feel like I've upset Rob. I didn't want to upset Rob. I just like being weird.
Oh, you go be weird.
Yeah, see? Do you hear that tone, Clay? That's the you go be weird, but be weird fucking away from me.
No. Not
All
I'm
Rob.
just gonna
right.
call it Conspiracy Corner from now on instead of Science Corner.
I don't call it conspiracy corner. I'm not
I said
into
I'm gonna.
I'm not into the conspiracy stuff. I just want to
Oh.
know
What?
what do you mean?
That's all we've been talking about for the past 15 minutes is conspiracy stuff.
No. I'm just saying like it would it be
Conspiracy
possible
Corner. It's done.
I'm asking would it be possible to control somebody with one of these chips? Hypothetically. I feel like Rob just is done talking to me now.
Are you asking me? I
Yeah.
don't know. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Clay's the conspiracy theorist here. But he does not live somewhere real.
That's why I'm a conspiracy theorist.
Yeah. Anyway, that's our episode. We read some really dumb questions. We read some not so dumb questions, and Clay and Rob actually helped and answered a question for somebody who is trying to figure out a song just based off of dun 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 duns.
Well, I mean, we answered it for us. We didn't answer it for them. They're
Well,
never gonna know.
I don't know. It was like a 3-year-old question. So, so with that being said, Rob, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Confessor_X and on Twitch at twitch.tv/ConfessorX. And you can find me on Instagram at Hiding from Conspiracy Theories.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And Clay, where can people find you if they want to say hi?
Nowhere, because Canada is a mythological place.
That's right. And as always, everybody, thank you for listening. We love you. You guys can follow me on Twitter at JaxForestWalker, all one word. I feel like I changed it. Would it still be the same @ even though I changed my name? Or would it be a whole different @
I don't. It depends on how you changed it. If you just changed the display name, no, because mine is Confessor X, but my display name says Rob of the North with a bunch of like frozen emojis.
How do I tell? I'm at my home screen. How do I tell? Profile. Yeah, it's still at JaxForestWalker, all one word. I don't know how these things work. You guys can also follow me on Twitch at DMWebby and on eBay at Hanging Out with Devin, coming up with more conspiracy theories because Rob hates me and doesn't like talking to me. And as always, everybody, we hope you enjoyed the episode. We love you. Be safe and fuck Booster Gold.
Fuck Booster Gold.
Booster Gold.
Clay, you went a whole episode without talking about Jessica Negri's boobs.
Also, he didn't say fuck Booster Gold. He just said Booster Gold.
Hey.
No, I said fuck Booster Gold.
Oh, I didn't hear the back.
Good. He's learned his lesson.
I didn't talk about her Jessica boobs because we weren't, discussing her boobs. If we were discussing her boobs, then I would have told them how lusciously plump and soft and squishy they were.